Namaste everyone, welcome back to another session of Yoga with Reena. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy, and I hope we're all ready to go. Before we do that, let's make sure we're just taking the right precautions with our health and safety, making sure our socks are off, making sure we've got a good space around us, and also making sure that we are aware of our body's limitations and making sure that we're not over pushing our body and being comfortable in the poses as we go. So listen to your body as we are doing these poses. And since we focused on our upper body in our last session, we're going to focus on our lower body today. Yeah, so hips and below. Obviously working every other part as well, but focusing predominantly on working those leg muscles. A lot of them will probably have become quite tight over this period, but it's important that we maintain the stretch as well. So a few balancing postures that we're going to be doing today, but I want us to be very, very careful, okay? So let's start with a sitting position, okay? We're sitting nice and comfortably. We can sit in Sukhasana if you're able to, okay? And just starting with taking a moment to come into the room and to come into your body. So if we just turn our palms facing up, hold Chinmaya Mudra with our thumb and index finger, and have a nice big smile on our face, and we're ready to start. So ease into your lower back, straighten the spine up without too much pressure, and keep that chin and that head up, and just close our eyes. And then nice and calmly take a deep breath in and out. Spend lots of time on that exhale, guys. Very important. Keep up those long breaths in and out. Always nice to have some time to think about what's happening inside our body. We spend our whole lives looking outwards, so it's nice to come inwards. We'll be starting our session off with one round of Bhastrika practice, which is the inhaling and exhaling forcefully, raising our arms up. So if you're not sure, you can open your eyes with a few blinks, and if you are sure, you may begin, but please be careful, maybe especially rather with those exhales, and making sure we're not holding any part of our body. And when we are doing our raising the arms, make sure the hands are open, and when we yank down, we pull with everything we've got. The last thing we want to do is keep in anything that we don't need. Okay, so let's lighten the body as we are doing these practices. Okay, so when you're doing this, keep your jaw nice and relaxed as well. Okay, and try not to edge forward. Yeah, very important to keep that lower spine relaxed. So we'll be doing this 1 per second. If you want to hit pause after this, by all means do so and continue, but activating the body nice and slowly, okay, and building up to getting some nice heat running through. So if we place our thumbs inside our palms, nice loose fist, place them over our chest really loosely, okay. I'll start you off and then I'll keep continuing with the instructions as we are going. Okay, so you can close your eyes or you can keep them open for the first 10 counts or so, and if you feel comfortable you can close them after. Okay, so here we go, inhaling slowly and breathing out forcefully. Okay, I want you to keep pumping, guys, making sure we're not edging forward as we're doing this, and closing those palms, closing those fingers into a loose fist as you come down. Yank your body, come on guys, we've got to give it everything we've got. Okay, and I want you to close your eyes now and imagine you're pulling your stomach. Come on, we're about halfway now. Okay, another 30 more pushes. Keep pumping, okay? Off we go, keep pumping. Keep your hips nice and relaxed. Keep your back muscles nice and relaxed and your shoulders as well. Keep pumping. Do your last 10 for me, please, and go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, pump, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Palms facing up on those knees and eyes closed. And feeling all of that heat coming up those arms, shoulders down the back into the abdomen, maybe some tingling inside your palms as well. And then just taking a moment to get our breath back. And the way we're going to do that is deep inhale and massive, massive exhale, taking everything out. Very important. This breathing practices are very important, especially for building up our white blood cells, guys. We need our immunity strong now more than ever. So breathing is completely vital to our well-being. Okay, and it must make sure it's done through our noses. Otherwise, we're not clearing anything as we go. Okay, so if we just relax our legs, you can relax it into a cross. Okay, and if we just start with moving our neck lightly up and down, okay, and just side to side. So just holding that stretch, pulling yourself down. Okay, and because we're focusing on the lower part, we're going to be doing some slightly different stretches today, but very important we keep the upper body strong as well. So just keep the rotations going. You can rotate your wrists briefly as well, and just a few light turns side to side. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our left leg out in front of us like this, and we're just going to edge ourselves forward, yeah, as low as we can. Edge ourselves forward, but making sure your back is straight. So no hunch shoulders, coming down as far as you can. Okay, as far as you can. Listen to your body, feel that stretch. And then with that leg out in front, what I want you to do is I want you to turn it all the way up. Turn it up and you sit yourself up, okay, and really try and lift it. Take the whole leg off the floor, activate, 3, 2, 1, and relax, okay? So just getting all of that circulation going in that leg. Now swap the leg over, we're going to try the other side. Very important, guys, that in forward bends, we are making sure that we are bending from our hips and not from our back. We don't want to tighten anything up, okay? So nice and slowly, edge yourself down, okay? Feel that stretch, try and go as low as you can, whatever your body allows you to do, up and down, and then nice and slowly, take that heel up and keep that calf down just for a few moments, okay? And then stretch and now lift and hold it up without any support. Keep your back straight. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, and now legs out in front. Okay, very, very important to loosen everything up. So knees up and down. Okay, and going to point your toes and lock your knees. Okay, and take those heels off the floor. So right now I've pretty much got my calves and the back of my knees on the floor, my heels are not, and now I'm going to flex them back, flex, 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 and really feel that stretch in the calf, and then big ankle rotation, okay, and we're going to bring our legs in, okay, and if you're able to, please guys, I want you to come and sit on your, in a squat, but with our feet nice and flat. Now, edge yourself forward and really feel that stretch in the calf, okay? And immediately you should be able to know how tight they are and sort of really trying to stretch them all out, okay? And now shift your weight back and come onto the front, okay? And now shift your weight forward and weight comes onto the back of the calves. And now shift your weight back and they come onto the front. And I want you to try and hold your big toe, okay? Now, guys, I don't want you to put yourself under any strain. So I want you to make sure that you're nice and comfortable and only go as much as your body allows you to. So we're going to lift ourselves up now. We're going to lift our hips up, but our fingers have to stay touching our toes, yeah? So your thumb and index finger, going to take a nice deep breath in and head down, and we're going to stretch. And even if you can only get up to here, that's completely fine, guys, yeah? We want to make sure that we're doing our breathing, okay, as carefully as we can, and also making sure that you're not putting any pressure in. So breathe slowly and exhale also very, very slowly, okay? Making sure that we are being calm as we go and making sure that we're not putting any pressure on the upper body. So shoulders and back should be completely relaxed, okay? So inhale and stretch and exhale and come down. And one last one. Inhale, come up, okay? And instead of going down, what we're going to do is we're going to try and stretch ourselves as far down. So really feel that stretch all the way, come to the back of the leg, okay? So bring yourself all the way down, okay? And then just holding your ankles or your shins or your knees, looking in front of you, and now bending the knees and bringing the stretch right into the perineum, right into your groin area, really feeling that stretch there. And then settling ourselves down into a squat completely, okay? And then nice and slowly coming all the way up, raise those arms, come up, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, and then nice and slowly, I want you to pick one leg up and just give it a pull. So we're just stretching those quads out, and then the other one as well. Okay, really just try and get your heel to touch your bottom, and then bring it all the way up to your chest. Remember, the knee needs to come up to the chest, not the other way around. Okay, and then bring that knee down, really fold it over as if you're just crossing your legs. So hold the ankle and pull yourself down. And of course, if you need to use a wall to help you support, by all means do so. And then just take a nice deep breath in and out. And just stabilize your body and stabilize your mind, because for the first posture, we're going to need a great deal of balance, okay? So first posture is Bakasana, so that's like a crow pose, but we're going to be doing this with our legs nice and straight. Now, if you think you're going to struggle with your balance, I definitely recommend you just going to a wall if you can, okay? But also, it's really important that you don't push yourself too much, yeah? You do what you can, okay? And making sure that we're keeping our balance, yeah? Now, if you can't go all the way down, I want you to try and stay midway, yeah? So if I just quickly show you what the pose looks like, in this posture, what we're going to do is we're going to take the leg out. Just watch me first of all. We're going to take the leg out, and then without bending this leg, we're going to try and place our hands flat on the floor, and we've got to try and bring our head down, okay? Now, looking at that, some of you might think, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that, but don't be so negative. It does come with practice, but I want you to make sure that when you're doing this, you're just moving slowly and you're coming into a nice straight position, just like a balancing beam, yeah? Just like a balancing beam, and it does require a great deal of balance. So if you need to, use that wall, okay, and lift that leg up. And what you're doing, you can see that my legs are at a nice right angle and my back is nice and straight, yeah? Nice and straight, and I'm really, really feeling that stretch in the back, yeah? And when you're doing this posture, you may not be able to see me because I want you to focus on your drishti, focus on your one point, yeah? So let's charge the legs up, okay? Start with your feet just slightly apart. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And remember, every time I add on an instruction, I want you to remember to not rush into it, yeah? The slower you go, the less your brain is going to get agitated. So we want to keep it nice and slow. So from here, what I want you to do is just take the weight off your left leg, and then nice and slowly, okay, without losing your balance, I want you to just edge your body down. Now, if you can't touch the floor, fine, just get to 90. And if you're using the wall, that's also fine as well, yeah? Now just edge yourself down, and then nice and slowly hold your pose. Wherever you're holding it, yeah? Wherever you're holding the pose, just hold it, okay? And if you can reach the floor, great. If you want to bend your knees slightly, that's fine, okay? And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and lift that knee, that leg up behind. So hold your pose, whatever you're doing. 3, 2, 1, and then nice and slowly. Remember, coming out of the posture is just as important as coming into it. So we're going to slowly just get ourselves back up. Now be calm, be steady, keep your eye on the same position. because it's very important that we do not lose our balance. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in, taking all the balance, exhale out any imbalance. Okay, and observe that you're always better on one leg than the other. So whichever one you're not, we want to try really hard on and try and really be careful, okay? So here we go. Let this time take the right leg off and just place it behind, and then nice and slowly edge yourself down. And if you get into 90, that's fine. If you want to unlock your knee, that's also fine. Get yourself into 90 and try and straighten that front leg up. Try and do what you can, and then just follow through and hold the pose, whatever you are doing. Okay, hold the pose, whatever you are doing. Yeah, nice and calmly. Hold the pose, don't lose your balance. Nice calm breathing. 3, 2, 1. And then nice and slowly start to get yourself up without losing our balance, and settle your feet nice and flat on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Well done. Now that practice, guys, is really challenging, okay, because you're effectively putting everything on the back part of your legs. And if you want to hit pause and have a go at practicing this again, by all means do so. But it's important that we're not thinking negatively when you do these postures, because actually what then happens is we're going to start to lose our balance, yeah? Now, our next posture, a little bit of balance, but not so much, is Utkatasana. So this is like a chair pose, but it's slightly twisted, and you'll feel it a lot now, not on the back, but on the front. So let's give the back a little rest. We're going to bring our feet together, okay? And we've got to make sure that our knees are touching for the whole of this practice, okay? So what I want us to do is nice and slowly just bend those knees slightly, okay? Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, push your hips out, and I want you to try and place your hands flat on the floor. So your right hand is in front of your right foot, and your left hand is in front of your left, okay? So nice and square. And now what we're going to do, I want you to take your right hand out and your left hand in front of your right foot. And then we're going to try and open up our right hand to the top. And you can see that my spine is nice and parallel to the floor, and I've got lots of heat coming through my thighs. I'm going to look up at my hand, and I'm going to hold the pose with a smile. And making sure that the hand that's on the floor, guys, we're not putting too much weight on there, yeah? It's about putting sharing the weight in your legs, okay? Nice and slowly exhaling and coming down. And then now what we're going to do is now we're going to take the left hand out on the right hand in front of our left leg. So making sure that we're being steady and calm, right hand in front of the right leg, and nice and slowly we are going to drop our hips and we're going to open up. Now please remember, guys, your knees should be really close together when you're doing this. They should be touching. We want to make sure that they're not getting disturbed, okay? So from here, holding the posture, looking up at your hands, and really feeling the weight on your thighs. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to exhale. Okay, and nice and slowly, we're going to edge ourselves all the way up. And relax. And legs apart and ready for our next posture. But take a little bit of a breather before we do that, because what we're going to do now is we're going to bring the weight back onto the legs, yeah? So this is Bhu Naman Asana. Bhu means the ground, or the dharti, or the earth, and Naman means namaskar. So we're giving our salutations to the earth. So I want you to be very careful when you're doing this. Any high blood pressures, any migraines, please avoid this practice, or keep your head above your heart. And also making sure that your feet are nice and steady. So please no socks in this asana. Yep, we want to make sure that we're going to be very, very careful in what we are doing. So keep your legs as wide as you can, and the aim of this posture is to bring our head as close to the floor as we possibly can. But let's not push our body, okay? If we can get our hands to touch the floor, that is a huge, huge achievement also, okay? And as a final posture, what we're going to do is try and hold on to our ankles, but that requires a lot of leg strength, guys. So I don't want you to really over push your body. Keep your hands on the floor unless your body tells you that your hands can come out and hold your ankles, okay? And I'll give you a tip, guys. The wider your legs are for this, the better this will be for you, okay? So settle your legs nice and wide. I want you to push your hips out, keep your chin up, and I want you to bring your hands and I want you to touch the floor. Yeah, now hold the posture and be nice and relaxed as you're doing this. And if you want to have a go, you can try and open your legs out or bring your hands out in front. You can go further forward, okay? But we want to try and touch our head to the floor. Even if you can touch it and come back up, that's brilliant, yeah? But stay nice and calm as you're doing this, okay? So try and get your head to touch the floor. And remember, guys, if your head does touch the floor, absolutely no weight on there. Absolutely no weight on the head at all, okay? Because what we're doing is we're putting the weight into our legs. So if you just have a quick look, you can see that my head is touching the floor and I'm holding my ankles nice and relaxed. Everything's really relaxed. The only thing that is really working hard are those muscles inside my legs, okay? Right inside my perineum, yeah? So whatever we're doing, hold the pose, hold the stretch, okay? And take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to really try and circulate, zigzag your legs in without taking your hands off the floor. Yeah? Without taking your hands off the floor, put your legs into a nice V shape. And then very slowly, I want you to come onto your knees. Okay? Come onto your toes. So you're balancing on your toes with your knees off the floor. And if you need to, use your hands. Okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to do Malasana now. So normally Malasana is with our feet flat, yeah? So we can start initially with our feet flat, if you possibly can, otherwise that's fine. Anyone with any joint pain, please be careful on the knees and things like that, ankles also. And if you're able to, what I want us to do is I want you to try and get your elbows inside your knees, yeah? So not triceps. Initially you can try your triceps if you want, but what we want to do is we want to try and get those elbows inside our knees, join a namaskar and try and get that namaskar parallel to the floor. And then we want to try and take our heels off. Yeah, so you can also come onto your toes first and then hold this pose. Okay, so just hold it there, nice big smile. Okay, holding that posture very, very carefully and really feeling. I'm sure we can feel all of those calves charging up, okay? So keep those legs exactly in that position. And even if you were to take your elbows out, those knees shouldn't close, yeah? Those knees shouldn't close. So really just push down, okay? Really push those knees out, really push those knees out. Keep your chin up, take a nice deep breath in, and out and flat. Now place your hands flat and hands facing outwards at the side like this. Really, really holding the posture and really trying our best. Okay, trying your best, exhaling. And finally, we are going to relax. So legs apart, give those ankles a little wave. Okay, what a pose. Well done. Those practices are very, very good for any part of the leg, okay? Also, any sportsman, yeah, you like to do lots of running, lots of sports. These practices are very, very good. In fact, all of them are, because they keep all of your leg muscles nice and strong, and especially any sports that require lots of running. So these practices are very good. Now just bring your feet together and just relax for a few moments. Okay, we're going to do Hasta Padang Uttanasana, our last posture now, yeah? And slightly different though. Normally we do this in a standing posture, standing position, and we hold our leg up. But we're actually going to have a go at doing it sitting today. Okay, so Hasta Padang Uttanasana is going to extend all of the muscles on the back, but it's also going to work the upper body as well, yeah? So big challenge, but we're going to have a go. So I would like for you please to take your left leg and I want you to just tuck it underneath your right, yeah? And automatically that lifts up slightly, but that's completely fine. So most important thing, guys, is hips are facing the front as you're doing this. Now, if you can't hold the pose with your legs straight, just do it with your leg bent, that's fine. What matters is the balance and the maximized stretch. So if you bring that leg in, it's opposite hand, opposite leg. So take your right hand, place it behind you. We don't need that. not just yet anyway. And we're going to take our 2 fingers and our index finger and we're going to place it around the big toe. Yeah. And then what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and lift it up. Yeah, now even if you can only do this much, that's fine. But you'll feel this a little bit on the side of your hips as well, because what we want to do essentially is we want to straighten that leg out and we want to really pull that arm back. So really working to twist. Yeah, and as you're doing this, you'll feel it a lot in the spine as well. But because the higher that leg goes, the more you'll be able to feel it. So just challenge yourself as you're going, okay? It may well be that you want to bend your elbow, yeah? But I'm not lifting my shoulder up as I'm doing this, yeah? I'm just bending my elbow and I'm taking that leg all the way up, okay? And I'm looking at my drishti straight at the back, holding the pose, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bringing that arm and that leg down and I'm relaxing. Now please make sure, guys, it's a common error in this to lean back, yeah? So making sure you're sitting completely on your tailbones and making sure that at no point we are leaning back in this posture. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now. So I want you to just change your legs. So right leg underneath your left one now, okay? And making sure that this is nice and relaxed. Even sitting like this, guys, we tend to do this. So I want to make sure that both parts of your bottom are sitting equally on the floor. Okay, so take that left hand behind you. We don't need that for the moment. You can bend that right leg and fingers are going to clasp around that toe. Now normally when we start to lift, that's when that tendency comes to lean back. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift a little bit first, yeah, and see how high you can take it. Yeah, see how straight you can take it, see how high you can take it. This is all about experimenting, isn't it, guys? It's about seeing what we can do, okay, and then pushing ourselves a little bit more the next time. Yeah, and then nice and slowly, wherever you are, okay, we're turning out to the left-hand side. So if you've got your left leg up, you turn out to your left-hand side and you're looking behind you and making sure you're not falling. Otherwise, that's going to happen. We want to make sure that leg is up and you're bending your elbow if you need to hold that leg, okay? So being nice and calm, holding that posture, lifting it, feel that stretch, 2 and 1, and then nice and slowly we are going to relax and we're going to bring that leg out in front and we're just going to give those ankles a little wave, okay? Point your toes forward and then nice and slowly we are going to come into our last sitting position. Okay, before we do that, let's just do a nice little butterfly. Keep those muscles nice and loose. Keep those heads up. Okay, and just something that for us to think about. If you feel like your muscles are at that position where they're able to sit in a nice, comfortable way like this, then try and sit like this more. The more we do this, the more open these muscles become. Yeah, can place your left heel inside and your right leg in front if you want to. This is also very good for stretching those muscles out too. Okay, turning those palms to face up and closing our eyes and our mouths with a nice inhale and exhale and feel all of that heat charging up our body, especially our legs. As you breathe in all of the energy from the legs, bring it up to the head, fill to the brim and exhale out. Finishing with Nardam Sadhana, which is our 3 R, O and Ma sound. 1 R, 1 O, 1 Ma, and finishing with 1 final Om. These vibrations are felt inside the organs, inside the body. Okay, so just feeling those vibrations as they follow, touching your thumb and index finger, starting with R first. Inhale. God. Inhale. Oh. Final Omkar vibrations from the base of the stomach to the head. Inhale. Gulp your saliva. Relax your throat. Join your palms in front of your chest for our final mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's all be happy. Let's all be healthy. Let's all see the good in others. Let's all be without any pain or illness. And may we all have peace, peace, and peace. And now start to rub your palms. All of that lovely energy. And lightly cup your eyes, making sure that if you open them inside, no light is coming through. Feel the eyelashes move. Start to loosen your grip and take a nice deep breath in and start to palm your forehead and the crown of the head, and then just take a nice deep breath, stretch up, keep blinking guys, very important that we're not squinting, pulling ourselves all the way out, keeping our heads up, nice big namaskar up, and finishing with happy thoughts and happy words and happy hearts. So thank you very much for joining in. I hope you stay happy and healthy and join me again next time. Thank you. Namaste.